Leo Pubco Studios in Oklahoma City. This is an OSU update. I'm Jenny Carlson. John Helsley joins us on the phone to talk Cowboy basketball. And John, the smile train continues after that game on Monday night at TCU. Marcus Smart's back. The Cowboys look to be having fun. Really looks like that they have sort of adopted a new attitude, doesn't it?
Well, it does, and beyond the two victories, I think the thing that really stands out and should put a smile on Travis Ford's face is 20 assists in each game. They're high in the Big 12 for a non-overtime game. They're really sharing the ball better. Marcus Smart looks more like the guy he was a year ago as a distributor. I think that's how they have to play here down the stretch.
Well, TCU not a tough opponent. You expect the Cowboys to win, which they did. But now the challenge goes sky high, John, as Kansas comes to town Saturday night. Game day is going to be at Gallagher-Iba. Obviously, Kansas fresh off claiming that 10th consecutive championship. What, in your mind, is the challenge, the biggest challenges that the Cowboys face in playing the Jayhawks?
Well, the biggest challenge is the bigs. With Embiid and Perry Ellis and just the number of guys that Kansas, big bodies that Kansas can bring off the bench to go along with Embiid. It's the ultimate challenge almost every time out against teams like this for OSU. They just don't have enough big bodies inside. Now, that said, they played very well in Lawrence, had the ball in the final seconds with a chance to tie or win. Even during their losing streak, a lot of very close losses. So if they'll continue to play the way they've played these last two games, share the ball, get a couple of guys hot, Marcus Smart do his thing, I think they can make this a very competitive game. I think they can win this game.
Well, going to be a lot of emotion, obviously, in the house, John, as the Cowboys are going to surely have more fans there than maybe some weeknight games with a Saturday night with the ESPN game day atmosphere. But I wonder, how much of this do you feel like is a must-win game for the Cowboys in terms of the NCAA? What are you hearing out there in them trying to get to 500 in Big 12 play, which they can do if they win out, which would include a win against Kansas? Where are their NCAA tournament hopes?
Right now, it seems like they're teetering on the bubble. Most of the projections have the Cowboys right now in, but with a 11 or 12 seeds. Some of them have the Cowboys going to Dayton for the play-in games, and so they still have some work to be done. Beating Kansas would be a huge addition to that resume. I don't know that it's a must-win situation. They could lose there, beat Kansas State, and then maybe go on the road and win at Iowa State. Those would be two good wins. There's some possible work that could be done in the Big 12 tournament. But, yeah, if they can find a way to beat Kansas at home Saturday night, it's a huge step forward.
Lastly, John, if they don't beat Kansas, obviously those games that remain become nearly must-win. But if they play Kansas close, does that play it all into NCAA tournament projections? If they maybe lose like they did in Lawrence, where they had the ball with a chance to win late, do those sorts of things play into the selection committee?
Good, and if the committee's paying close attention, and why wouldn't they be on, like you say, it's game day, it's going to be a national televised game. It could, but still, I think the Cowboys at some point have got to get some wins. You don't want to leave it in the committee's hands when you're sitting there well below 500 in the conference to sort of give you a mercy call. Take care of it yourself, get some wins, and really strengthen your case.
All right, 8 p.m. Saturday night, OSU versus Kansas. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day.